Hello y'all, welcome to my first YouTube video that's going to be on this channel. My name is James. I am a gun rights activist from the state of Texas. Let me give you a little bit of background about myself. Let me introduce myself to my new audience. So like I said, my name is James and I like firearms. One thing that I'm particularly into is black powder, or antique firearms. Now, of course, the first thing that goes through your mind is, oh, this guy must be a felon, this guy must be a prohibited person. That's not the case here. I'm not a prohibited person, but that's just something that I'm into. And I want to help people kind of understand a little bit about it, break a little bit of stigma about it, and talk about that sort of stuff. But I'm also really into tactical gear. I like, of course, regular firearms. I own a couple of myself. And we're going to talk about all sorts of things. Anything from a musket to a AR-15 to your plate carrier or your chest rig, your Alice gear, anything like that. And I'm not here to encourage anyone to break the law or to use loopholes to get around certain things. That's not the point of this channel. The point of this channel is just to help people understand a little bit more about these niche areas. There's not too many videos. I myself am really into black powder, like I've said before. But a problem I've kind of ran into is that there's not enough people really talking about it. There's not enough people really making YouTube videos about muzzle loaders, and I have had a lot of confusion about certain things, and I've had a lot of questions that just some simple Googling really couldn't answer. So my goal with this channel is to help people understand what they're really dealing with, to help people understand how their weapons work, and to help people really use their resources effectively. And if all you have is Google and you don't really have, like for me, I didn't really grow up in a household where I had guns. Yes, guns were a part of my childhood, but they weren't a huge part. I didn't grow up in a family where everyone had a gun. In fact, I've had to really work. Everything that I own that's firearm or tactical gear related, I've worked for. I bought with my own money, and I've tested. Because, you know, while I'm over the age of 18, I'm still young enough for my parents to like want to get me things, things like that. But that's one thing that they've never really got me, was tactical gear or whatever. So everything in that nature I've bought for myself. I bought it. I worked for it. So I want to give people an understanding, like, hey, look, this is what you're getting for your money, when you work and when you're getting these things and you're on a low budget, you're not quite sure what you're getting into sometimes with these online purchases. So I want to really help people understand what they're getting into. So for example, like when I got my first muzzleloader, I thought, oh, it's just going to be like a regular musket, whatever, right? But there was a couple of other things that played into it, like, okay, what type of powder are you using? What type of ammo are you using? The accuracy, and like, for example, I have a CVA Wolf V2 that I bought. I ordered it online, and when I got it, I didn't really understand much about it. I had to take it apart, I had to look at it, and I didn't know what accessories were good for it, per se. the type of ballistics that go into it, all sorts of things like that. So those are things that I want to cover on my channel, things that I want to touch base on and have my viewers understand. My goal here is to just help people really get an understanding of what they're getting into, help people see the bigger picture when it comes to these things. And, you know, I'm still young, and there's a lot of things that I have to learn. So if you yourself have opinions or comments, go ahead, leave them. I'm open to whatever you have to say. It's not like I know everything in the world. As much as I wish I did, I don't know everything. So please leave comments. Now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about who I am as a person and the types of things that I do in my free time. So I'm a part-time musician. I make music. So you might see a couple of YouTube videos where I'm showing off music, whatever, right? One thing that you're going to see is, you know, like I said, firearms. Another thing you're going to see is tactical gear. Another thing you might see is like simple things like belts, cowboy boots. You know, me being from Texas, I got boots. I love cowboy boots. I wear boots every day almost. We're going to talk about physical fitness. Are you going to be able to put on a plate carrier, put on 25 pounds on your back, and go walk 3 miles? Can you do that? Can you realistically do that? For yourself, ask yourself these questions. You know, like, these are the types of things that I want to kind of show off and tell you about. But these are things that I'm into personally, and things that I do personally, things that I do in my free time. And I tend to be pretty busy. So I hope that you guys would trust me in that aspect, where I am using my time to actually go and train with my equipment, to actually go and test my physical fitness. That way you yourself may be like, oh, this is a realistic option for me. Or, oh, this may not be a realistic option for me. Another thing that I might also show on this channel is like loadouts. Mind you, at the moment I only have 3 guns, and that's at this moment. But like I said, that's open to change. Obviously I'm going to be working. I've only really been into firearms for about a year or so. My interest really only picked up because I realized, oh, I'm going to be an adult soon, and I should probably be getting into these things because I'm going to reach that age where I'm going to be getting into them. So for about a year or 2, I've been into this type of thing. So I want to show loadouts, different things, show off the type of things that you might encounter, the types of problems you might encounter, what types of failures you might encounter too. Catastrophic failures happen, and it's up to you how you deal with them. So there are things that I'm going to show. Anyway, this is probably going to conclude my video. I just wanted to thank you for tuning in, watching my first video, and really seeing what this channel is going to be about. Thank you for watching. My name is James, and I'm signing off.